Hey, this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we are reviewing Warhammer Vermintide 2. This co-op melee game is available now for PC and will come out later in 2018 for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. At the time of the recording of this video, the game cost $29.99 US. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is back with its 4-player melee co-op gameplay. Fatshark has expanded the gameplay with 3 new careers for each of the game's 5 heroes. Of course, the Skaven Horde are tougher than ever thanks to their new Chaos allies. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is set shortly after the events of the first game. After breaking out of captivity, the 5 heroes of Ubersreich find themselves reunited as the Skaven look to open the Skittergate. The gate will allow the combined forces of the Chaos and the Skaven to overwhelm the city of Helmgart. Storytelling in Warhammer Vermintide 2 is understandably challenging because the game is a multiplayer title. The overall story serves as a good backdrop to all the Skaven killing, but it's not the main event by any means. It's possible to play the game in chronological sequence, but Fatshark incentivizes players to utilize the quick play option with loot bonuses, making it difficult to enjoy the story in a coherent way. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is dialogue heavy. The 4 heroes are constantly speaking to each other in-game. The dialogue serves as both entertainment and a subtle method of providing tips for the player. There's plenty of dialogue to go around, though some of the really generic lines will be heard several times in each round. The characters are generally likable for the exception of the Wood Elf Corellian. Patronizing, mysterious, and a touch arrogant, she's a character that players will love or love to hate. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is a first-person game that combines bone-crushing melee combat with a touch of FPS and RPG mechanics. The melee system is very simple to learn, as the recruit difficulty can be conquered with only 2 basic attack types and the odd block. To survive the game's higher difficulties, players will need to master the outer ranges of their weapons and the timing of dodges and parries. For extra variety, the game offers a wide range of melee weapons, each with their own traits, attack range, and strike patterns. Augmenting the melee weapons are ranged weapons with extremely limited ammunition. The ranged weapons are designed to take down enemies with special abilities, bosses, or to help give players a little bit of breathing room in the face of a horde. While there are a few career paths that lean heavily on ranged weapons, all players will fall back on melee combat at some point. The game offers 5 heroes, each with 3 different career paths that has its own talent tree and abilities. Each hero levels up independently and unlocks a talent option every 5 levels to a cap of 25. The new career path system is a fantastic addition to the series. The first career path will be familiar to all Warhammer Vermintide 1 players. The 2 new career paths, however, provide a completely new playstyle without the hassle of leveling up a new character, as the path often unlocks a few new weapon types unavailable to the other careers. The level design is excellent. The levels are linear in nature, but there are plenty of side areas and puzzles to discover for bonus loot. While the item and enemy spawns are random, the game has a good variety of set pieces to experience, ranging from epic boss battles to tense holdouts. Warhammer Vermintide 2's most addictive quality is its gameplay. The Left 4 Dead series proved that a co-op game with 4 players completely dependent on each other works. Vermintide 2 builds on that winning formula by challenging players to figure out how to build a successful team, whether it's on the fly at easier difficulties in Quick Match, or with plenty of planning at later difficulties. Additionally, the melee combat creates a constant feeling of terror that can't be matched with a ranged-focused game like Left 4 Dead. The close quarters gives enemies a better chance of being able to hit a player, forcing them to rely on both accuracy and defensive skills. Melee combat also develops an incredible sense of tension and is more punishing to characters who decide to wander off on their own. Warhammer Vermintide 2's progression system gives the game that extra little bit of replayability. The item treadmill works well, providing players an incentive to play more and offering options for players to min-max their characters. The crafting system is rather basic, mostly focused on offering players a way to upgrade current weapons or turn unused gear into another chance at the item lottery for an item they'll actually use. As loot boxes with gear only drops at the successful completion of a mission, players can take on randomly generated heroic deed missions that add devious modifiers to the game in exchange for an extra box or 2 of loot at the end. My only criticism is the stats system is a bit vague. Since there's no easy way to see your own base stats, the exact effect items have on a character tends to be unclear. Warhammer Vermintide 2 offers easy-to-learn controls that will be familiar to anyone who has played an FPS. The controls are extremely responsive. The combat's emphasis on timing and accuracy means that the game only needs a small number of key bindings, keeping things nice and simple. Fatshark still needs to work on polishing Warhammer Vermintide 2 to a mere shine. The game's balance is a work in progress, as some of the career paths and weapon types are woefully underpowered. As of the 1.0.6 patch, there are still some random bugs that pop up from time to time. I found most bugs were rather benign, ranging from the odd graphical glitch to the same audio line being repeated 4 or 5 times in a row. More troublesome bugs do pop up from time to time, such as bots getting stuck in an area, or special enemies dragging players behind inaccessible doors. Warhammer Vermintide 2 looks great. The game has a dark and gritty atmosphere that pairs well with the violent up-close and personal melee mechanics. Fat Shark's artists do a great job with the color, relying heavily on earth tones, then using splashes of crimson red and acid green to draw attention to really important things. My only issue with the game is the lighting balance. Even with the gamma set correctly, the dark areas can be a bit difficult to see at times, while the bright areas are almost blinding. The audio experience is excellent. Warhammer Vermintide 2 uses sound as part of the gameplay mechanics, using directional sound effects as warning for nearby special enemies and to create anxiety and tension. Players unable to hear cues for whatever reason aren't left out either, as heroes will verbally warn each other of nearby special enemies, which do show up as part of the game's subtitles. The voice acting is good, though it falls short of a AAA title performance due to its exaggerated acting. The soundtrack does an excellent job of creating the right mood, from creepy, quiet moments to the frantic battles against a horde. Most will say that Warhammer Vermintide 2 fills the void for impatient gamers waiting for Left 4 Dead 3, but I think that sells Vermintide 2 a little short. While the storytelling is a little disjointed and the game could use some polish, Warhammer Vermintide 2 offers tense gameplay that rewards cooperation, player skill, and a touch of strategy. Its melee combat is simple to learn but offers a high skill ceiling that will challenge veteran gamers. Combined with its high replay value and affordable price, it's really easy to recommend Warhammer Vermintide 2. So I'm awarding the game 8.5 capsules out of 10. If you want to read this review, be sure to check out the link in the description or in the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off. Hey YouTube, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to Capsule Computers for more awesome videos. If you're looking for more videos to watch, why don't you check out our review of Extinction here on the right. If space is more your thing, why don't you check out our preview of Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr here on the left.